Hi everyone, I'm Paula from Envirotech. I'm here with Karina, one of our students. Welcome, Karina.
Thank you.
Karina, I was reading a bit of your biography and I noted that what you've done has been absolutely amazing in terms of study and the countries that you've visited and your plans to be a change maker. Would you like to just give our audience a little bit of insight into the studies and the work that you've done?
Sure. Thank you for inviting me to be here. So first of all, I decided to become an environmental journalist because I understood the importance of taking care of nature. And that by that time I believed that people needed to have more information about what was going on with the planet, and I just allowed myself to be in service like this, like being an environmental journalist. And this started in the state of São Paulo, Brazil. But then 6 months later, I received, received a vision in my heart that I needed to work to protect the Amazon rainforest. Through journalism, then I quit the job in São Paulo and I decided 6 months later to move to the Amazon.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, to dedicate myself to protecting the forest through environmental journalism.
What was it like being in the Amazon?
It is an explosion of emotions and knowledge. It seems you are inside of a great library of life.
Wow.
I lived in a big city, which is called Manaus, and then I lived in Pará, in the state of Pará. And for me, it was an experience of knowing the chaos, the sadness, the pain, the destruction, and at the same time, the beauty, the magic, the spirit, the healing, the power that the forest has. So the forest itself is the most amazing place you can imagine. It's unbelievably beautiful and magical and powerful. But what people are doing against the forest, then this is absolutely nonsense, and this hurts. So it needs for one to be able to work for something, to work for a cause as a change maker. I would say be brave, because whenever we try to protect, and if we try to protect something, it's because we love this something. And if we see this thing that we love being threatened and killed day by day a little bit more, it is painful.
And you know, I can hear the passion, I can hear the love and the call, but I know that you're not just working from your heart. I know that you have extensive studies which, you know, involves the head. So what sort of studies have you done, and how has that helped you in combination with your passion?
One thing that I would say it's very, very important that the heart should lead the path. And the passion, it's the fuel that keeps us going. But for sure, we need to learn different tools around this little thing, this one thing that we love, that we dedicate ourselves to. And we need to get tools and to learn from different sources. So I went to do a course which I really recommend to everyone, which is called Gaia Education course. It was created by the eco-village of Pinhorn in Scotland. It is amazing. It is totally in accordance with the United Nations for sustainability, plans for sustainability. It's amazing. And then I studied the sharing nature methodology. So let's say through Gaia Education, I learned a very holistic and different way of approaching sustainability. So we've studied relationships, how do we relate to each other. We've studied nonviolent communications, we've studied permaculture, we've studied all the concepts behind eco-villages. We've done many different experiences with deep ecology, which is a philosophy that teaches us how to question things and not just accept things, but question our behavior here on the planet and the way we've been relating to each other and to the other species. So deep ecology helps us go deep within ourselves, so we can be better humans here in relation to other, not only other humans, but to all forms of life. Then I went to study also the sharing nature methodology, because sharing nature teaches us, its methodology unbelievably good and helpful and creative, that helps us interact with nature. So it brings lots of different experiences that we can apply by being with children, youth, or families in the natural world. So which are the many activities that we can do with a flower, a tree, the ocean, the sky, and so on. It's beautiful. Then I went to Schumacher College, which is a college located in England, which was founded by Satish Kumar, which is a very, very, very wise man from India. And Schumacher College is the place in the world, it's the only college in the world that brings together spirituality and science to talk about how are we going to protect the environment.
And that's fascinating in light of the fact that, you know, with our newest Pope, Pope Francis, and you don't have to be Catholic to appreciate the encyclical he wrote about Laudato Si, which was very much about, you know, everything that you've been talking about.
Yeah, it's very related to this holistic view where we...
Sorry about that interruption. Go on.
Where we not only understand what's going on, sorry, help me, where was I?
We just talked about Laudato Si and how it all complements.
So we understand, not only understand where we are in the web of life, but our responsibility in the web of life. So Laudato Si as also Kasiki, the chief Seattle, from the Native American indigenous leader that's made a speech, a very, very famous speech in the 18th century about the interconnection of everything. And deep ecology brings this back as well, which is we are all related and we need to respect all forms of life, and we as human beings, we need to learn to be humble again.
Yes. Well, you know, what's really interesting is we're launching our high school program, and one of the courses that we're offering is environmental sustainability and also marine conservation. And in light of what you've said, why would it be beneficial for high school students, before they finish, to get a certificate in one of these areas?
The earlier we begin to know more about the importance of the environment and how to take care of it, the better. Many of the adults that I see today, and I see this with more than 20 years of being an environmentalist, it is the more connected people are since from childhood and youth, the better adults they will become to take care of this planet. And it is not fair that we adults from this generation, that we put on their back the resolution of all the mess that we and past generations have created. So these courses are important to help empowering them, not only with tools to let them know what to do, but also to help to inspire them to become earth protectors. So if they can see themselves not only as students that are learning sustainable techniques, let's say, but if they see themselves as change makers, people that can make a difference, a positive difference in the world, people that can really promote a change and inspire others, then they will see themselves as earth protectors. This changes everything.
Yeah, and I think that those certificates, you know, they can, like you said, it can inspire them personally in their own lives, but also those who are particularly interested. It's a career pathway which becomes more of a vocation than a job that they can take part in. You know what's really interesting? We have government assistance for kids who want to do a certificate course for their first one, and the criteria is based on, is it an essential area? And at this particular point in time, we don't have any government subsidy for the environmental courses, and we're trying to talk to the government about that. So what would you say if you were talking to the government in terms of it being an essential study course?
It's just a matter of looking around and seeing the mess that we've created on this planet. It's just realizing that we are going in fast speed towards the 6th mass extinction of this planet, and it is the first one that it's being provoked by humans. So we are under threat on this planet, and when we say, oh, we need to save the planet, this is all of this that we are doing. It's not to save the planet, it's to save ourselves here, because the planet has 4 billion years, almost 5 billion years. The planet has enough resilience and wisdom and knows and capability of recovering and, you know, from death being reborn again, not us. So it is a crucial course, because we are not only talking about oh, is this going to be good for your career, is this going to be useful for the government. I'm talking about saving the human race. This is what it's all about. It's saving us, not the planet. The planet doesn't need us. We need the planet. It's just changing a little bit the perspective, right?
Yes.
So it's absolutely essential that young people can be in touch with environmental studies as much as they can.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying. What about any final words, any final bits of advice that you'd like to give to people based on, you know, what you've learnt on this big journey, and the journey that I believe you're still engaging in terms of studies as well as your own works?
I would say first thing is never give up. Never give up. If you want to change the world, if you want to make things better, probably there will be many people around your path calling you crazy.
But have you been called crazy?
Many, multiple times. But it's as I've heard before, it is really good to be called crazy by a sick society. So if people that are judging you and telling you that you're crazy because of the things you do, be grateful you are on the right path. This is one thing. And the other thing I would like to say is everyone can make a difference. Everyone. And sometimes people are desperate or hopeless because they don't believe they can, because they see the state of our world and lose hope. But I would say everything matters. Everything matters. So
everything's connected.
Everything is connected and everything matters. So even if you can plant a tree, or if you can talk to your parents about recycling, or if you can start an organic farming with your friends in your backyard, everything is valuable. If you start recycling, if you start being more aware of the energy that we use, or praying to the earth as well. You know, if you go out and you just go up there hugging a tree, feeling the energy of the tree's hugging you back. So it's never, like in everything that we do, it's important to provoke a shift of actions and shift of consciousness. Both things are very, very important and very necessary. And a third thing I would say is, let's remember to be humble. Let's remember that we belong to the earth. It's not the earth that belongs to people, as Chief Seattle used to say.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been fascinating talking with you, and I hope that you've all enjoyed our first little podcast.
Life
live
There's gonna be more.
discussion. But we look forward to interviewing more people who have some great perspectives here from Envirotech. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We're gonna find
out how to stop
We're gonna find a way to stop it. End.